Hello students, in this section we are going to see about Cyber Law and the IT Act of India. IT Act means Information Technology Act of India, which is used to curb cyber crimes. What we will see in this section are what is cyberspace, then what are cyber crimes and what is cyber law, then IT Act of India, then a basic summary. Okay, then how about cyberspace? Every aspect of our lives are connected with the internet nowadays. However, the anonymity or the capability or the probability of being anonymous in a network which poses a high threat that indulges various cyber crimes. So, what is the main reasons behind the cyber crimes? The anonymity. The anonymity provided by internet is the main threat behind a cyber crime. The cyber laws, especially the IT Act in India, is in place to curb them or trying to stop them or give the necessary punishment to that particular crimes. What is cyberspace? It's a complex environment where applications, devices, and people interact with each other. Okay, so that is what called a cyberspace. It's an environment of devices connected to the network or applications which uses the internet and then people who interact with the network. Okay, so these are entities, these three entities are interacting with each other and then forming a environment. That environment is called a cyberspace. Then because of the complexity and technological advancement, cyberspace become a critical information infrastructure. Okay, so millions of bits of data is flowing through each and every node of a network. Okay, so technological advancement in the network speed and network capabilities made large volume of data can be passed through a single node itself. Then it provides anonymity and no clearly defined boundaries, thus it prone to attacks. So there is no clearly defined boundaries like a country. So if you can say there is no dividend between India and Pakistan in the case of a network. Okay, it is traveled in wireless networks. Okay, wired or wireless networks. Okay, there is no clearly defined boundaries between these networks. It provides anonymity also, thus it is prone to attacks. Okay, then what is cyber security? We have already seen about cyber security. The procedures and the technologies used to prevent attacks or unlawful action against or inside cyberspace. Okay, so cyberspace contains entities like persons, applications, or devices. So any kind of attacks or unlawful actions against these entities are prevented by some technologies or procedures. So such procedures and technologies are termed as cybersecurity. Then government provide policies and ministries to prevent this public and private cyber infrastructure. Okay, so the government have policies to prevent cyber attack against public and private persons. So it includes home users, small, medium, and large scale enterprises, then government and non-government entities or organizations. Okay, so these are the three levels of protection or prevention against cyber attacks. First, prevention against attacks against home users, then small or medium enterprises or companies or corporations, then government and non-governmental entities. Okay, so that's what security is. Then what are cyber crimes? We have already seen multiple type of cyber crimes. So all the criminal activities done in the cyberspace is termed as cyber crimes. Okay, so the criminal activities against or done inside the cyberspace is termed as cyber crimes. It is categorized as mainly into three: against persons, against property, then against government. We have already seen them in the two class of cyber crimes. Okay, so these are the basic category of cyber. Then what is cyber law? Okay, so to curb actions against entities in cyberspace or generally cyber crimes, cyber laws are enforced. Okay, so the actions, criminal actions against entities in the cyberspace. So these entities can be devices or persons or organizations or governments, governmental organizations. These can be curbed using, these actions can be curbed or prevented using cyber laws. Okay, so for example, we can say action against persons. Okay, identity theft. It's a common crime against a person. Then crime against property. So for example, a device, a computer, it is a property. So hacking and destroying that particular computer out of use, making that computer out of use, it is termed as action against a property. So such a kind of actions. Then stopping government websites or hacking into government sites, these actions can be prevented using this cyber laws. Okay, then cyber laws are regulatory rules established by many countries to prevent unauthorized access. So these cyber laws are enforced in many countries to prevent unauthorized access or unauthorized breach in security, then trying to steal information, then making a user out of the service, for example, distributed denial of service, etc. Then these are cyber laws. Then what is the need for cyber laws? Growing threat to privacy. Nowadays, everyone have an account, either way, social media or public platform accounts are there in social media, in the internet itself. So there is a greater threat to the privacy of a person. Everyone's data is stored in clouds, and everyone's data is stored in internet itself. So growing threat to privacy is main reason behind cyber law. Then another important background is that high volume of data handling cloud services are vulnerable. Okay, so since there is large amount of is handled in cloud services like Amazon cloud services, Microsoft cloud services are there, then Google cloud services are there. In these cloud services, there are large amount of data is stored there. So each and every data is stored in these clouds are vulnerable to attacks. So such kind of data must be protected. For that, also cyber laws are there. Then arrival of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so cryptocurrencies are digital currencies that spread into networks. Okay, for example, Bitcoin. So this arrival of Bitcoins or such kind of digital currencies or cryptocurrencies make the network more vulnerable. Okay, prone to attacks more. Okay, so cyber laws must be strengthened to prevent these kind of attacks against entities. So for that, cyber laws are enforced as the natural laws or our physical laws or our penal code itself. Then IT Act of India, Information Technology Act of India government. So to provide legal infrastructure against cyber crimes for e-commerce, then data protection in India. Okay, so that is the main reason behind establishment of IT Act or enactment of IT Act in India. So it provides legal infrastructure against cyber crimes, provide legal remedies against cyber crimes or for the victims of cyber crimes. Then for e-commerce, so some guidelines for e-commerce. Then data protection. Nowadays, uh, for example, this third-party sites or tertiary persons. Okay, so all intermediaries, they are requested to or they are required to store their information in Indian servers. Okay, their company has to establish servers in India and then store their information of users in India itself. Okay, so that is the recent activity established by IT Act of India. Then the Information Technology Act was enacted in 2000 by Government of India. It first established or first enacted in 2000 by the Government of India. Then the Act contained 13 chapters and 90 sections. Okay, it also has two schedules. Then, by adopting this legislation, India became the 12th nation in the world to adopt a cyber law regime. Other countries in the world are now moving towards to adopt a cyber legislation against cyber crimes in the cyber law regime itself. So, I Act of India provide legal infrastructure, legal remedies against cyber crimes. Then, let's see the highlights of IT Act of India. Okay, so after two of IT Act, this results to electronic record. Nowadays, certificates or important records are authenticated using digital signature, which cannot be replicated by another person. Okay, so digital signature under use of digital signature, that is dealt in the chapter second. And chapter 3 of the Act of electronic governance. Okay, so governance through electronic media. Okay, so providing government services through electronic media, government websites, ministry websites, then this panchayat e-districts, then providing certificates through internet or Akshaya e-cells, etc. comes under the category of chapter 3. Then chapter 9 Act talks about penalties and adjudication for various offences. Okay, there are different offences. There are different crimes are there. For example, hacking, spreading obscene material such as pornography, then stealing information from computers, or identity theft. Such kind of crimes are there. So the chapter 9 of the Act talks about the penalties and adjudication, imprisonment, and then this penalties, etc. for the crimes. Then two schedules are there. First schedule deals with the documents or transaction to which the Act shall not apply. To which documents or transaction to which the Act shall not apply. So, which documents are outside the scope of this Act. For example, military documents. These are purely out of this scope of this Act. Okay, then second deals with the electronic authentication technique and procedure. So it deals with digital signature and other method to authenticate different electronic records. Okay. Then there was an amendment there. Amendment was there because of the highly updated technical standards. Okay, so technology is updated in each and every minute itself. So there is an amendment in year 2008. Then it stresses on privacy issues and highlights information security. Okay, so the amendment of year 2008 made some amendments to that particular IT Act of 2000, and then it stresses on privacy issues, highlight, which is the ban on TikTok. They are not storing our information or this personal information about Indian citizens in servers in India. They are storing the data or information in actions permitted. So they are banned here. So it stresses on privacy issues and information security. Then it elaborates the digital. Okay, so the use of digital signature and the type of digital signatures, and then who are the persons who use the digital signature, who can countersign that, who can revoke the permissions of a particular digital signature. Such kind of actions are elaborated amendment. Then it clarifies rational security practices for corporations. Okay, so corporate companies. So in the previous example, the TikTok and then other applications. So it clarifies rational security practices for corporates. So the corporate companies, they are required to store their information about particular person, particularly Indian citizens, in the servers in India itself. Okay, then it focuses on the role of intermediaries. Intermediaries means the service providers. For example, network service providers, the company or organizations which provide these networks, then backend service providers. For example, Google, WhatsApp. These companies, they are the interface. The intermediaries are the companies or organizations which provide the service. Either it can be an instant messaging service, or a video platform, or a video on demand service, or OTT platforms, etc. Okay, so such organizations or companies which provide the service or provide the features, they are called the intermediaries. Then new phases of cyber crimes are added in the IT Act, in the penalty sections of the IT Act chapter 9. Okay, for example, this string of obscene material, child pornography, etc. were added here. Okay, so latest amendment is that the transmitting or watching and transmitting of pornography is a crime there, and then illegal downloads or IPR intellectual property rights comes under the category of this new phase of cybercrimes in the Amendment Act 2008. Now let's see a basic summary of our section. Okay, so the cyber laws are the sole savior to combat cybercrimes. As long as there is a cyberspace, is when network is there, persons, devices, and applications are sharing data or interacting with each other, there will be cybercrimes also there. So cyber laws are the sole savior, sole method to combat cybercrimes. In the world, there is a based on their country, based on the laws of their country, there are different countries adopted different type of cyber laws are there. Okay, so the cyber laws cyber laws taken by Indian government. Okay, cyber crime prevention method adopted by Indian government is the IT Act of India. Okay, so it is a special act to tackle the problem of cyber crimes. Okay. This act was sharpened with the Amendment Act of 2008. Okay, so new crimes, new phases of crimes were added there. New technical advancement was there. So new amendment was added in the year of 2008. Okay, so that's all for this laws and Indian IT Act. Okay, so watch the video carefully and understand the concept. And if you have any doubt regarding these topics, please contact me on the application.